Good morning. This segment of today's workshop, we look at the church bulletin insert. You've all been there, sitting around a board meeting, and someone says, let's make an insert. We need to stuff this into the bulletin to promote our event. Everyone agrees, but no one wants the job. Someone has to do it, and some of you may be present right now. This presentation is prepared just for you. So let's talk content. You know what you have to say and you have all the facts. But that's the key phrase. Just the facts, ma'am. Remember, less is more. Let's pretend you have all these facts at hand and are ready to build your page. So now we're ready to gather our content for what's going to go into this insert. If you create an insert that is primarily made up of big chunks of text, no one's going to take the time to look through it. They're going to say it's just not worth it. They'll only see that it looks like a lot of work, and they're going to move on. So here you have this blank page staring at you on your computer screen. Don't let it intimidate you. It's only about 90 square inches of real estate that you get to fill with your information and your graphics for your organization. If it helps, think about it in thirds. The top third, the middle third, the bottom third. And remember, 3 is kind of a magical number. And actually, when in doubt or fear, turn to the Lord, or even better, turn to the Holy Trinity. Remember that power of 3. I've written a little prayer here that sometimes might help you if you get to that point where you just can't figure out where to go. I'll let you read it on your own, and then we'll come back to the next slide. So here you've got this page in front of you, and you've roughly in your mind divided it into those 3 sections. Now let's just think about that top third of the page. What should go there? The headline. These words at the top of the page are crucial to grabbing the reader's attention. So set it in a bold face and make it provocative. Well, what do you mean by provocative? Well, let's look at the next slide, and maybe you'll see what I mean. This slide shows you how important font selection is. Take a tip from the pros that are out there building signs all day long, street signs, directional signs, highway signs. They usually take and use a sans serif font. That's the font that's straight up and down, no little feet at the bottom. It's a very clear, readable font. That's what you should set your headline in most of the time. So we spoke about font selection. Let's talk a little bit about font size. If you're setting a headline, you want it to be big, remember, and bold and provocative. So let's think about it that it needs to carry across the entire top portion because it's going to grab your reader the quickest. And as I said, set it in sans serif type. But of course on this one, I'm using Times Roman, which is another very readable newspaper font. It says, "Forget the mitre. Give the Pope a sombrero." That will get your reader's attention. You've set your headline, you're happy with that. Now you move to the middle third. That's where you put all the nuts and bolts and all the facts and figures that you need to include. The 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, maybe why not. That's where you also need, once again, to set it in a very clear font. Don't use any funky, fancy fonts. Just use straight Helvetica, Times Roman. Make it easy for the reader to read. Then, if you have any other more detailed, smaller, like I call it the small print, that goes in the bottom third. That also includes a contact person, perhaps your organization website, any other little incidental information that the reader needs if they've already gone from the top of the page to the bottom of the page. Congratulations, you built your insert. Now, what I suggest you do, no, I don't suggest, I clearly tell you, Circulate it, have someone proof it. Circulate it again, have someone proof it. Circulate it again, have someone proof it. Then have someone with brand new eyes look at it, because that person will likely catch an errant spelling, a typo, something that you won't see because you can't correct your own work. Then it's ready to go to the press. So let's recap what we've learned this morning. Always very important to reduce the amount of text you plan to put on the page, just the main facts. It's just a white page, don't let it intimidate you. But if you get scared, always say a prayer. Always good to have God on your side. Remember, it's just 3 sections. Divide them, conquer them. Set that bold, big headline using the right kind of typeface. If you can make it jazzy, add that to it. It will always help with readership. Once you set the headline, you're in good position. You go to the middle section. That's where you put the who, what, where, when, why. When that's set in a good clean font, you move to the bottom section for the small print. And before you know it, your insert is made. Congratulations, you've done it.